There is no danger to the community. There's no danger to the environment. We have accounted for, and all of our employees are safe. Same with the first responders. And again, my appreciation to all the first responders from all over the area that have come out and helped get this fire under control.
Earlier you mentioned ensuring the other plants are operational to make sure any loss of power won't be as affected. Is that still the case?
Our focus is anything that we have available, we are going to be operating to make sure that we can make up for any lost power from Parish.
Do you know how much lost power there would come from
Unit 8 is about a 600 megawatt unit, which on a hot day is about 1,200 homes.
So it supplies power to 1,200 homes?
I apologize. 12,000 homes. That one unit on a hot day when all the air conditioners are running, it takes care of the needs of about 12,000 homes.
Do we know at this point if any of the homes do not have power? Is that
That's something you need to talk with ERCOT. Our focus is making the power and getting it on the grid, but ERCOT is the one who manages that side, so you'll need to talk with ERCOT.
And Dave, I know we talked about this earlier this morning, but being that WA Parish is the largest power supplier in the Houston region, I think a lot of people have concerns with the weather being so hot and being hot for the next several days. People are going to have their ACs cranked up, and really the big question is, this particular building that burned, you said it supplies about 15% of that power, so it's a significant loss, right?
15% of the power from Parish, not from the area. There's all sorts of power plants all around, so this is think of it as a unit going down, and on a hot day like today, we're all in this together. We're going to do everything we can to get as much power on the grid. We'd ask people to do what they can to conserve.
So what's next for you guys then?
Next is, as soon as we can safely get into the unit, go look at it, assess what happened, and assess the status of the equipment and what are the next steps. And until we get there, I can't really go any further in that, but that's what we got to do, is understand what is the situation at Unit 8.
Just confirming, you are asking folks to conserve energy possibly?
In response to her question, she asked, are we concerned? We want to do everything we can to make sure there's power. This is not an official like ERCOT saying, hey, you need to conserve. I'm just saying that we're going to do what we can to make sure there's additional power. Probably a good time to, if you don't need to have that power, don't use it.
And then you said that you're not actually going to go into the burn building until tomorrow. Is that still?
I don't know what the timeline is. As soon as it is safe, we will start looking at that. Mark is probably better on that one, but our focus is we want to make sure that we get the units back online as fast as possible, but also safety is our priority for our employees and for the community, so we want to make sure that we don't do anything that's not safe. So when we can go in, we'll go in, but not before.
How many employees were in that area when this happened?
At midnight, a lot of the plant's automatic. We have the control room that's controlling that unit, and they evacuated, and not a huge number of employees that were actually in the unit.
Can you give your name and Parish Power?
My name is David Knox, Knox, and I'm a spokesman for NRG. Okay, Mark?
Good morning. My name is Mark Flathouse. I'm the Fort Bend County Fire Marshal, and I'm also the Emergency Management Coordinator for the county. Last night, approximately as David stated before, about midnight, we had multiple fire companies throughout Fort Bend County that were dispatched to the location. From the initial response, it was quickly upgraded. We had over 20 different departments that were represented here and worked throughout the night tirelessly. Each one of them worked together to control it, to make sure that it did not spread and maintained in the area of origin so that it did not impact the rest of the plant. They did a tremendous job using assets all over Fort Bend County. Even the city of Houston came and assisted. Well over 100 firefighters were here throughout the night. And as we speak here, you see some trucks leaving and other trucks coming. The fire is under control and it is basically out. They are hitting what we call hot spots and going through the building, making sure that it is safe for NRG to get back in there and take a look at it. The Fort Bend County Fire Marshal's Office is looking to work with Parish to see the cause of it and see what happened, and also to get it back online in a quicker manner. The fire department will be here throughout the day to maintain to safety and work with the power plant to make sure that there are what we call no rekindles or anything moving forward on it. So over the next 12 to 24 hours, we want to make sure that we have fire on scene and protecting this as we move forward on it.
Do you know how large was the fire, or any way of describing the size?
Well, the size, I don't have the dimensions or anything, but it was probably about a good 15% footprint of the property here, of the buildings. It was a pretty large sized building, about 2 or 3 stories high, about 3 stories high and normal, different levels, and the size of it for our aerials to go up on top was reaching to almost the top peak of them. It made it a little bit difficult for the firefighting, but Fort Bend County firefighters are adapt and overcome, and they did a damn good job.
How, I know there's not been a long, really long fire. If you could say what the long fire.
Well, I think the resource is I think the easier way to say that is we had 20 fire departments and apparatuses from 20 different fire departments represented here, all throughout Fort Bend County, some from even Harris County, City of Houston, ESD 48, which is north side of Fort Bend County, Harris County. We had resources from everything from tankers to ladder trucks to engines and all sorts of types of structural crews and rescue teams to make sure that we were here for the firemen and also to protect the building and not let it spread throughout the plant.
You said 50% of the building?
The building itself had some burns on it, and about 50% of the building was burned, but the plant itself, they contained it to the building of origin, and it did not spread, which was great work and partnership with the fire departments.
You said it's a 3-story high building, Unit 8 is, right?
That is correct.
And then you said about half of that burned
That is
in
correct.
this fire. Okay, gotcha.
And is it pretty much all mechanical equipment type stuff inside that building?
Well, basically, the area that was burning was what we call the generator deck, and you have the boiler which produces the steam, goes to the turbines and turns the generator. That's where we're having the issue. That's where the fire was. It is a large open concrete area with the generator and the turbines on top of it.
Any guess at how much it's going to cost for repair?
Not yet, not until we can get in there and look at it.
Any idea of how long it would take for something like this to be rebuilt and brought back online?
We got to look at it. I mean, our focus is to get everything back online as fast as possible, but also, more importantly, safely. We want to make sure it's safe for our employees to get in there, to do the work that needs to be done. We got to assess what that work is, and then go set a plan to do it.
We were able to see some aerial footage earlier. We had a chopper flying. It looked like there was some foam on the ground, and there was a lot of like soot and stuff on the sides of the building, especially like in a part along the vents. Could you talk a little bit about the aftermath, what you're seeing now?
Yeah, so the foam that you bring up is some of the firefighting tactics and capabilities that we're able to do. What that does is it keeps it wet and moist when you put on a fire so that it goes out. It's just part of the tactics that are being done. The second thing is we ventilate, basically. It's ventilate on the side of the building so the heat can get out of a metal building so that we can maintain and keep it confined to an area. So all that was part of the firefighting tactics and capabilities that they did throughout the night.
Any difficulty in fighting the fire, or I mean, it's not a routine fire, but any difficulty?
It's not a routine fire, but I will say that the resources and the responses from the departments and working together, that's what Fort Bend County prides themselves on, is the mutual aid and working together, even having the City of Houston coming in and responding. When they get there, they know what they're doing and they work well together. So there weren't any issues or challenge. There are always challenges, but we attached them pretty well.
And because so many agencies were able to respond so quickly together, you're saying the fire was
That is
did not
correct.
spread anywhere else.
That's correct. So the partnerships of everybody working together on this fire made it work well.
And from NRG, I've said it before, but I want to say it again. We appreciate so much the expertise, the professionalism of the firefighters, all the first responders to come in here and act in the middle of the night and take care of this and prevent this from being something bigger. It was an incredible job they did, and we really appreciate it.